Hello guys, Nuruddin here again from Lotus Flow Animation, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the differences between being a 3D generalist and a specialist. And then also I'll be talking about the advantages and disadvantages of taking both career paths. The first thing is, what is a 3D generalist? This is somebody who understands every single part of the production pipeline, from modeling, animation, rigging, rendering, all parts in the animation process. While a specialist is someone who picks a particular part of the production pipeline and then specializes in that particular role. Now, not everyone can be a generalist and not everyone is suited to be a specialist. Some people just prefer, working on every single part of the production pipeline and they want to have more control over their production, while some people just want to focus on just one particular skill set and then hone their craft in that department and be as good as they can be. So it's up to you to know the kind of person you are. I started out as a generalist. I first of all started out in modeling characters, and then I went into animation, rigging, and eventually lighting. But nowadays I'm finding out that where I love the most is lighting, the final part of the production pipeline. And if for some reason I decide that I want to specialize, most likely it's going to be in lighting. Now I'm going to give you some advantages of being a generalist. The first one is versatility. It means that you can work in different parts of the production pipeline. You could be a modeler today and tomorrow you are an animator or you are a rigger, which is a very good skill set to have, especially if you are working on your own projects. It is really valuable to be able to move from one part of the production to the other. The next one is adaptability. It means that if you are contracted to do a particular work, maybe for just modeling characters, and an opportunity comes up for you to be an animator on a project and you are good at animating, it means that you can easily adapt to different parts of the production pipeline. The next one is having a firm understanding of the total production pipeline, on how you start from the beginning to the very end of your pipeline. Being a generalist gives you that opportunity because you have worked in different parts of it. You have a total understanding of how it works, and it's easy for you to spot problems in the pipeline before you get to the final part of it, which is the lighting and rendering. So it's a good skill set to have. The next one is independence. Being a 3D generalist means that you are really not bound by a team of people. You could come up with your own ideas and make your own short films, your stories. You can easily execute because you don't need people, or you don't need much people. Like myself, I love working on short films. I love coming up with ideas and creating them, and I don't always want to be limited by the fact that I'm only good at one part and I need to reach out to other people before I can bring my ideas to life. So these are some of the benefits of being a generalist. The next one is broader job opportunities. As a generalist, it opens you up to a wide variety of things. You can work in a variety of fields. You could work in the automotive industry if you are very good at modeling cars, or you can work as a generalist in the medical field, creating different medical animations, or in entertainment or corporate videos. It opens you up to a broad range of things. I have done all kinds of projects, from NFT to videos for clients, commercials. I've done short films, so I am more rounded. I've done lots of projects, and I look forward to working on more unique projects like maybe AR or VR content sometime in future. Now, I'm going to be talking about the disadvantages of being a 3D generalist. The first one is lack of specialization. If you are working on different parts of the production pipeline, it is difficult for you to focus and be very good at one particular part. And that can be at a disadvantage for you if you want to work in an animation studio. And most animation studios, they tend to look for specialists to fill in a particular part in the process. And being a generalist might be at a disadvantage to you. One of the workarounds to it is focus more on being a generalist for a period of time, and then as you grow in your career, you can now find a path to specialize. That's if eventually you decide you want to work for other people or work for other studios. The next one is competition. If you're working for animation studios, most times they are always looking for specialists, and it means that you're going to be at a disadvantage in terms of the competition. Most times they're always going to pick a specialist over you who is a generalist. Now I'm going to talk about the advantages of being a specialist. If you are a specialist, it means that you picked a particular part in a production pipeline, say animation, and you become an animator, and your job is to animate characters. So imagine you doing that every single day. That's your job description. What's going to happen is that you're going to progress in that field, and you're going to be very, very good at what you do. The next one is focus learning. If you are specializing in a role, it's easy for you to focus and tailor suits your learning process, because you know that all you are learning is animation, so it's easy for you to focus on that and get good quickly, compared to being a generalist whereby you have to work on different parts, you have to learn different aspects of your production pipeline. Some of the disadvantages of being a specialist is narrow skill sets. If all you do is texturing and sometime in the future they come up with a technology that can do texturing at least to a certain level or a level as good as you, you're going to lose your job. So some of that, especially now we're having lots of AI tools. There are lots of AI tools now that they're not that good, but they can replace some parts in the production pipeline. And if that is what you specialize in, then you run the risk of being unemployed. The next one is dependency. You're always going to be dependent on other people. If you have an idea for a short film, you're always going to need other people in your production to help you actualize your ideas to life, which can be discouraging sometimes. Let's assume you are a rigger and you have an idea for this dope concept for a short film, but all you can do is rigging. You can't even create characters for yourself. So what's going to happen is that you will need to look for people who can create characters for you, who can create environments, who can do the lighting, the rendering, the texturing, and all those other parts. And dependency actually just kills that motivation to want to put out your own content or your own short film. So these are some of the disadvantages and advantages I can come up with. But for me, I'm just going to speak on my own self to round this up. I'm a generalist because I love the different parts of the production pipeline. There have been some disadvantages which I've spoken about, but overall, if I could choose again, I think I'll come back as a generalist, because I love the idea of being in control of my production pipeline. And then looking at the new AI tools that are coming out nowadays, I'm able to impute them into my production pipeline, and in a way it is helping to level the playing field. If you want to learn more about animation, or there are topics you want me to talk about, please leave them in the comment section. Please click the link in my bio if you want to enroll for my Udemy course for animation. And also, I'm coming up with a cohort for animation very soon. I'll be announcing that. If it's something you're interested in, also leave me a message in the comment section. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.